The reports from Denmark Football Federation this morning is stating that Christian Eriksen is good and he's doing fine at the moment. Now, this is me telling Christian Eriksen a quick recovery and please consider retiring. Yesterday, in a match between Denmark and Ukraine, a match that Denmark were already winning 2-1 thanks to Patrick Chinaze's screamer. So after that goal by Chinazekbere, all of a sudden, Christian Eriksen fell down, lost consciousness, and he was treated briefly. And after that, he walked out the pitch. So after that incident, a lot of people have been coming out to, ask him to retire. It's not a bad advice for me because this same thing has happened before. We know that Eriksen has been battling with a kind of health issue. At least I think it has to do with his heart for some years now. So I am not going to say why are people asking him to retire. Even me as his fan, because I like Christian Eriksen, everything he gave to Manchester United, every moment, every piece, everything, every time he wore that badge of Manchester United, he represented very well. He did it with his heart, he did it with his mind and bravery. So I am his big fan, and here I am also lending my voice to those voices telling him please Christian Eriksen, consider retirement, please. Apart from Sandro Tonali of Newcastle, Manchester United is also eyeing another player from Newcastle, and this time around it is Lewis Hall, the left back of Newcastle United. We all know that this guy has so much prospect. He is very, very good at defense. I have said it before. Lewis Hall is not a player that you can rely going forward, attacking wise. But when it comes to his primary duty, which is to defend, Lewis Hall is a good and solid defender when it comes to that. Manchester United is actually trying to find other options for Luke Shaw because as it stands, Luke Shaw played 38 games last season. This season, going on to this season where we have so many competitions, you don't know what to expect from him. We all know that he is injury prone. So Manchester United is trying to find a player that can, be a backup to him. That is what I think. So now they are looking towards the side of Lewis Hall. And for me, Lewis Hall is not a bad player. Manchester United even went for Lewis Kelly of Arsenal, but I don't think that is going to be possible because Arsenal is actually trying to extend the contract with the player. So now they have resorted to Lewis Hall as it stands. Now, the issue is that Newcastle is actually trying to safeguard their players. They don't even want to sell any more player out because they want to go back to Champions League football. So Newcastle is not actually ready to sell any other player. So they are trying to use price tag to scare suitors away. But Manchester United remains so interested, according to reports. Now, the next news from Manchester United is Ederson. Ederson has been signed from Atalanta. Deal has been completed between players, camp, and the club, and also club to club. Now, everybody expected Ederson to be in Manchester by today, but yesterday something happened. One of Brazil's left back, Wesley, he got injured, and Carlos Solente, called out to Ederson to come and replace him. Now, people will see it like, okay, it's because a player got injured, but Ederson is not even a defender. He's just a midfielder. He's not even good at defense that much. For me, he's not that much of a defensive midfielder. He's more of an attacking midfielder. So he was called to come and replace Wesley. Going on to the next news is Elliot Anderson. Manchester United's interest remains keen and they are eager to get this guy. But the problem is the price tag. So many other EPL teams also want him. Teams like Manchester City, they want him. But the problem now is his price tag. So we know that these teams like Brighton, teams like Newcastle, teams like Nottingham Forest, they don't want to lose their important players anymore. All these teams, they want to test Europe. They want to be formidable as possible. So that is why most of them are using price tags to scare shooters away. So if Manchester United is not ready to spend big, they are not going to get any of Elliot Anderson or Baleba this season. That's just the truth. Now, even going to Carlos Baleba is also a good target from United, but the gap between the budget of Brighton and United is so much. You know that Baleba has diminished when it comes to his performance this season and last season. When you compare, you know that he has diminished. So United are even trying to take the risk of buying the guy for £50 million, but Brighton will say no. They want 120 or nothing less than 100. So United are not ready for that. Now, even Matheus Fernandes is wanted by over 10 teams around Europe. Now, the problem is still the price tag. United also want this guy. Manuel Ugarte has told Manchester United that he wants to leave Manchester United. So the bro has seen that his replacement, which is Ederson, is here. So there's no need for him to stay in the club. He's asking for playing time and he didn't get it last season. So bro has decided to leave Manchester United. This is what I will even advise him to do if you ask me. So now, as it stands, Manuel Ugarte is going to leave Manchester United. Soon as clubs come for him and there's agreement between them and Manchester United, he's going to leave.